Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an Airbus pilot, and welcome to our first flight with the Big Phoenix update. Today we are going to take the A320 from Birmingham to Gibraltar, which is probably one of the shortest runways that the A320 operates on, so I'm really looking forward to this one. Also, thank you very much to Pyreguee for offering me a review copy of their brand new and upcoming Birmingham airport. I'm really looking forward to fly out of this one. It is one where I've been flying to quite a lot back in my days on the 737, and I gotta say the airport looks absolutely amazing. You guys know that I love Pyreguee for their Edinburgh airport, and Birmingham really follows suit. I mean, just look at this. Well, and now let's turn around and look at this. The Airbus A320. You guys have noticed I've loaded it in cold and dark without any ground power unit attached, so simulating that the crew just arrived at the aircraft, it would be time to scold the ground workers, and then we could tell them to connect a GPU ourselves over here. So here we go, GPU is now connected to the airplane. Now, while we're doing that, let's go and get inside to start our pre-flight preparations. Now, while we're doing that, let's get upstairs, open up that door, and yes, we gotta do that manually now. I mean, you can always just go into the FS24 EFB and load the Phoenix EFB from here, and then operate the door like that, but it's so much more fun doing it yourselves, isn't it? Alright, so let's pull that thing open, and yes, you do need a lot of force, which they kinda simulate here, which is pretty nice. Alright, now you hear that click, that indicates the door is open. If you want to close it again, always be sure to press that gust lock over here first. Like that, and now you can move it. Alright, let's open it again, back into the gust lock position, and here we go. Alright then, so welcome back into the cockpit. Now, let's get ourselves seated over here, and let's actually get to work a little bit. So, preliminary pre-flight preparation then, engine master levers off, mode selector norm, throttle levers idle, landing gear lever down, wiper selectors off. Batteries have more than 25.5 volts each. So let's go ahead and turn them on and enjoy the brand new sounds that come with it. They've re-recorded quite a couple of the sounds here, which is quite a cool thing. It sounds similar to what you're used to, but then again, you certainly notice that some changes have been done over here. Alright, while the airplane's starting up, let's get down here. Yeah, static fault, whatever. It is calibrated, isn't it? Yeah, it moves just fine. Happy with that. Alright, so down into the Phoenix app, and over here we can import our flight from SimBrief. 17 minutes to go to our scheduled departure time. So let's get right through it. We'll start with the weather charts down here. So this is our route of flight, leaving Birmingham southbound across France and then Spain all the way down to Gibraltar. The significant weather chart is completely clear. Tropopause in level 400. That means we're probably going to encounter, well, a little bit of turbulence below that. We'll see about it. In terms of airport weather, things are getting a little bit more interesting. So Birmingham, light drizzle, apart from that, absolutely good weather, but Gibraltar is actually the interesting one. So, coming over here, we are looking at a forecast of broken clouds in 1200. The minimum for the surveillance radar approach is 900, but I'm not sure if, say, Intentions AI or any other ATC add-on is actually capable of providing a surveillance radar approach. If they can't, then we have to do a visual approach, and visual with those clouds, nah, probably not. We might be lucky though, we've got tempo between 0600 and 0900, few 1200, so if we arrive while we've got exactly that weather over here, then we might still be able to do the visual. Otherwise, we might find ourselves in Malaga, where we've got good weather conditions, because then we might not be able to land in Gibraltar. Okay. That's the weather we have to live with. Nothing we can do about it. Now let's go into the operational flight plan. An on-time departure at 0600 means an arrival at 0844, so exactly on time for those few clouds from the tempometer. Cost index is 12, and we are not critical in any of our weights. Now, here's something. due to the temporary nature of the better weather, I want to take like 20 minutes holding fuel. So 20 minutes equals around 800 kilograms. So with that in mind, we've got a planned take of fuel of about 8.8. So let's add 800, that brings us to 9.6 tons of fuel. So 9.6 is what we are going to load. Now let's just go over here into the Phoenix app, mass and balance. This has automatically been imported, and we are going to do load aircraft. And we're going to use GSX for both boarding and refueling. Alright, so with that in progress, our aircraft is, or our ground services are getting ready. We're getting stairs from the airport, that's good. And just a quick note here, the stairs have actually been, that looks fancy, 2 pairs of stairs driving through one another. The stairs have actually been provided as a custom ground service by Pyreguee together with the GSX profile, so that's quite a cool thing. I really do like that. Now, the aircraft's powered up, so let's continue on. So ADRs 1, 2 and 3 are coming online. Then let's also get our lights going. It is rather dark outside here. So we've got you, then we'll get you, and finally let's move down here and turn the intake lights all the way up as well. Lovely. Cool, so that's done. Now the temperature is 13 degrees outside. Oh boy, welcome to the UK in summer. So that's that. Interesting to see the weather radar off prompt on the nav display. Surely haven't seen that in any Airbus that I've flown yet. At least not like that, but okay. Well then, from here, let's go ahead and do our preliminary calculations, please. So moving up into the departure page, the runway is obviously wet. We're going to synchronize the preliminary load sheet and the weather. Do we need any intersection? Well, suppose we can calculate Bravo down here. And yeah, easy going. Let's just calculate full length, see the difference. Okay, that makes a lot of difference in flex temperature. I'm gonna go with a full length. Alright, so that's looking good down here. We can depart, stop margin 413 meter, that is new, and I'm really happy that we have this nowadays. Now with that out of the way, let's finish up our EFB preparation, go down here, the route has already been synchronized, and I want my airport charts with the... No, we don't need the A380, thanks. And our departures... Well, that's interesting. Oh, here's the common departure. Perfect. That's the one we need. So, look at that. Lido charts. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate them adding that. Alright, lovely. Let's go to the nighttime charts, though. Because it is rather dark in here with all the overcast clouds and stuff. So now, with that out of the way, let's move down into the FMS, get that table out. So, I am using my Wing MCDU to operate the FMS, so if you don't see me moving the mouse, that's the reason why, but I will of course talk about everything that I do. Now, if you're wondering, the Wing MCDU has just been kinda broken by Phoenix with the update, but if you use the Mobi flight profile for it, then it still works right out of the box. So let's go to the ATSU. Then we need the AOC menu, flight init, and we can do our data request. So let's wait for it to load that thing up. And here we go. Alright then, so back into the AOC menu. And, well, that's pretty much everything we need to do in here for the time being. One thing I want to try though is to go to the ATIS page and see. No, we still can only get VATSIM or IVAO. We still can't get the Say Intentions ATIS. Okay. Fair enough, then I'm just going to do standard weather request over here. And we're looking for Echo, Golf, Bravo, Bravo. And I do want the METAR sent. So then, let's go down into the received messages. We do have a load sheet in here. And that's edition number 1 for the EZ29 Uniform Papa on an A320 Golf Echo Juliet Charlie Kilo. which is the airplane that we're sitting in over here. 2 pilots, 4 cabin crew, 0 fuel weight, 59.9. So, underload by 1,100 kilograms, 180 passengers on board, and that's pretty much all looking good. Portable water is full, and fuel 8.8. Yeah, so we're actually carrying a little bit more than that. So we are pretty full, that's what we can say. So let's accept this, return, and weather data, Birmingham is QNH of 1020. Let's dial that one up. Down here, lovely. Okay, cool. So that stuff is now all set. Then I'm going to throw on the lights and then we can quickly head out for the walk around. Just a quick last check here. Oxygen pressure is okay, hydraulic quantities are okay, engine oil is okay, flaps are up, agree with the levers, ball is retracted. Alternate brakes. Are looking good. Alright. Cool, parking brake is set again. Then let's go out for the walk around. Little click on the high-vis vest over here should get us in walk around mode. And it does. Cool. And it's nice how that just puts the chair all the way to the back. Alright, cool. So let's run out. Always lovely when you have to go against the stream of passengers down here. And of course it is raining, and since the time of the walk around is completely independent of the weather conditions, this is not going to be a very quick walk around where we'll just have a very quick look at the aircraft. Okay, so everything fine up here in the front, we're not getting run over, that's good. Now, something I do all the time when I'm doing the walk around is to go down here and just quickly check the number that the fueler is dialed in on the fuel panel. And I'll tell you what, let's just add 100 kilos to that, so we'll go with 8.9. In the real world they pretty much do that all the time, because if they load up just a couple of kilos too little, then yeah, they gotta come back. Alright, so engine, we can rotate that fan a little bit. And that is looking excellent. Basically, if the fan wouldn't rotate, that would indicate something is broken. So that's when you would be especially careful with what you're about to do. Well, you would call maintenance. Easy as that. Alright, let's try not to get run over by any ground equipment here. Would be rather helpful. Alright. So, getting down to the wheels. The parking brake is set, so let's just remove the chocks already. You can do that now by just clicking on them. The brakes are rather worn, to be honest. Those are maybe going to do another week or so, then they'll be completely down and have to be replaced. Alright then, off to the back of the airplane. I'm not gonna bother with operating any of those cargo doors, but just look at the level of detail that they've put into the model down here. That's just really cool, isn't it? Also note the sounds from your footsteps while you're moving around. That's something that I do appreciate as well. Phoenix have overall once again put a lot of work into the general immersion of the aircraft. There's no doubt about that. So down here brakes again are okay, not the best. The wheels, oh, what was that? The wheels themselves are pretty new, you can see that from the profile over here, I mean look at that. But the brakes are very worn already. Alright, well, let's do something against those tires. After all, we're flying to Gibraltar for a reason. Now, the aircraft's looking good on the side over here, and on the side over here. Nav light is good and working as well. Then let's get up to the number 1 engine, and once we're done with that, we can go straight back into the flight deck. Alright, so stuff's looking good over here. The latches are closed down there as well. Lovely, and then finally getting to the number 1 engine. Let's rotate that a little bit. Looking good. You would check all the leading edges, and everything's looking good over here. Lovely. So with that out of the way, let's get straight back up into our airplane. so here's the click spot, getting us back in place, and that just moves the seat up front. I like that. Alright, cool. So with that, we're now back inside our airplane, so let's start our pre-flight procedures. I'm not gonna explain every single switch I'm moving over here, you guys are familiar with that. And on the right hand side everything's set as well, overhead looking good. QNH is already dialed in, and it's the oh lovely, they finally fixed the date knob, which you actually have to push and hold in the real airplane. When you release it, it goes back to the time. That's quite cool. Right, down here everything is set again on the right hand side as well. Then let's get straight down into the FMS. Now something that I would really like would be any way to get the EFB out of its holder on the window and just get it to the front so that you actually have your flight plan straight in front of you. But, well, I guess there's always something they can do in the future. Alright, then let's get going. So, data. Aircraft status, and it's an A320-200 CFM56. Nav database is up to date. Let's get rid of all those scratchpad messages, and then to the init page, init request. In the meantime, I'm going to use the EFB over here to load up our flight plan. Alright, so we've got Echo Golf Bravo Bravo to Lima X-Ray Golf Bravo, alternate Malaga, and the flight number is going to be easy 29er Uniform Papa. Cost index 12 and cruise level 370. So, flight plan, Birmingham, departure. Runway probably going to be 15 with a Compton to Yankee departure and insert. And then our arrival in Gibraltar, for the time being, runway 27, and we'll just insert it like that. Now, comes the very interesting part. Let's go to the secondary flight plan and enter the emergency set. So that's going to be Birmingham X1, and we'll insert that on line 2 left, which is something that they have hopefully fixed with this update. At least according to the changelog they did. That's why I'm a little confident over here. So, runway track is 146. And 25 miles straight. Let's enter that, store. And that's still not 100% perfect. It shouldn't stay on the pilot's waypoint page. It should go back to the secondary flight plan. So let's try that again. Birmingham X1. Enter on 1 left. Well, that's fixed at least. That's good, that's a step into the right direction. And the holding is going to be 146 inbound. There should be a little prompt down here prompting you to actually insert the change that you've done, but we're moving into the right direction. They are slowly fixing stuff. That's good. Still not perfect, but it's an improvement already. So, ILS approach 15, no star, no via. And that's our emergency flight plan entered. Alright, looking good. Then let's put the same thing onto the fix info page. So Birmingham 15 with a course of 146 and the Birmingham X1 point going into the reference fix. Wonderful. So with that out of the way, let's go over to data, next page, pilot's route, and store the active. And that way we can now cross-check that the entire route is entered, but unfortunately it's still bugged. So normally it should tell you your departure runway, your SID, then you got the entire route, and then it should tell you the arrival. In our case we don't have a star specified or an approach, so it should just tell us the landing runway. Okay, so be it. We can't have it all, I suppose. So let's go to init, next page, and start entering our load sheet information. I'm going to take that from the right hand side over here. So Atsu AOC menu, received messages, load sheet, and that's a zero fuel weight of 59.9. And the CG for that is going to be 32.1. So So fuel 8.9. Here we go. Now let's get the remaining figures for down here. So that's an alternate of 1.3 and a reserve of 1.1. And yeah, I'm gonna keep the 300 up here. That's fine. Now for the wind data. We have an average 16 knot tailwind. So tail 16. And with that we have 3 minutes of extra time. Yoo-hoo! That's so incredibly much. Almost. Okay, so now let's go back into the EFB, which we can have up here now, and get the takeoff data. Oh, it's removed all that. Interesting. But we calculated that up here, didn't we? It's actually still in here. Okay, maybe a little bug then. So, flaps 1, 61 degrees. And the takeoff speeds are going to be 132, 145, 146. Alright, noise abatement procedure number 2, engine out in 1800, and finally on the progress page we need Echo Gold Bravo Bravo 15. Lovely. So according to this, the optimum is 350, maximum 379. We'll see about that. The A320 is known to miscalculate over here. Alright, so let's go back into the MCDU menu, ATSU, and then let's find the ATC request. And we want pre-departure clearance, please. So we're on 41 right. Yes, we are. ATIS, I don't know, I don't care. Let's just send them Alpha, Echo Golf, Bravo, Bravo. So, easy 29 Uniform Papa, 41 right, Alpha, Echo Golf, Bravo, Bravo. That looks good. A320, sent. And with that, while we're waiting for the IFR clearance to come in, we have just received a load sheet. So, let's go ahead and have a look at that. So, received messages, load sheet. So, in compliance with petition number 1, zero fuel weight 59.9 and 32.1. That looks wonderful. Alright, we'll accept that. Yes, yes, I know. We've got mail. Let's cancel that.
If you need any assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to our friendly crew, including myself, Caroline, and my lovely colleagues Jake, Emma, Liam, and Sophie. We're here to help. Thank you for choosing EasyJet, and we hope you have a pleasant flight.
So, the announcements on this flight are not going to be by Phoenix, but much rather by Say Intentions AI, because while there is an excellent package available for the Phoenix, I got copyright strikes in the past because obviously none of those packages that you can download is actually legally licensed. So, it's basically stealing the airline's boarding music and stuff, and I'm not eager to get that channel demonetized, so well. Okay, so let's see. We do have an IFR clearance in the meantime. Here we go. Just a quick check. The load sheet was completed and accepted. Yes, silence. Thank you. Alright, so let's do our clearance up next. So, clear to Gibraltar, Compton to Yankee departure, which is confirmed. Maintain 4000. Which is set. Departure 123.908. I'm going to tune that down here. So 123.908. Squawk 6123. Alright, expect runway 15, Wilco, and send. Lovely, so our performance remains valid. Then let's just go ahead and enter the final load sheet numbers in here. And that's a down trim of 0.3. Alright, so that's all the good stuff entered. Then I'd say we can just go ahead and cross-check the SID. And once we're done with that, we can start the briefing and then we can go. We didn't have a slot, that's good. In the meantime, fueling is finished and we can get the APU running. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. Now we do want the charts pinned to Yankee. Let's give this a go. So on the runway track to Bravo Bravo Sierra 02. And that's a maximum of 210 knots. We have that. Then a right in turn, waypoint 04, again maximum 210. Waypoint 06, maximum 210. And then via waypoint 13, above 4000, and maximum 250 to waypoint 17. At 6000, maximum 250. And then to Compton, 6000, maximum 250. Alright, that looks good. With that, the SID is cross-checked, the clearance is confirmed. We should get a message for that, by the way, saying clearance confirmed, but okay. We'll just leave it at that. And with that, our cockpit preparation is complete. So let's say hello to the passengers, then we can do the briefing and get going. Ladies and gentlemen, very good morning from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emmanuel. In the name of EasyJet, I'd like to welcome you aboard our Airbus A320 on our flight to Gibraltar. We expect a flight time of about 2 hours and 30 minutes today, with a smooth flight in an altitude of 11,300 meters. For the time being, just sit back, relax and enjoy the flight with us, and if there is anything we can do for you to make it more comfortable, please don't hesitate to ask any of our charming cabin crew. Once again, welcome on board. Alright, then let's close up and go for the briefing, please. So, doors closed. Okay, so for the briefing, we are departing Birmingham off runway 15. Our SID is the Compton to Yankee departure, initial to 4000, and the MSA in the departure sector is 2200. Extra fuel and time, let's see what we got, is 3 minutes in the form of 100 kilograms. Okay, no hotspots for our taxi routing. Stop margin for our RTO is 404 meters. In case we continue, the EOSA takes us straight at 25 miles, pick up a holding in 3000 feet, then we can come back for an ILS approach, runway 15. We are above the max landing weight, so overweight landing procedure as applicable. I've got nothing special or non-standard over here, even though there is one special. The clean speed is 223 and we have the 210 knot speed restriction, even though the forecast doesn't tell us that we're actually going into that, but we might have to keep the flaps 1 for a little bit longer just to meet the speed restrictions. Do you have any questions? No? Lovely. So we do have another company message down here. Let's see what that is. ATSU, AOC menu, message. Oh, just the pre-departure clearance. Okay, that's fine. Lovely. Good, so let's do the cockpit preparation checklist, please. Gear pins and covers are removed. And obviously at this point the app has to crash, because why wouldn't it? So let's just quickly get the checklists from here. I think it's on the pilot brief, documents. Here we go. So, cockpit preparation checklist. Gear pins and covers removed. Fuel quantity, that's 8,850 kilograms balanced. Then we have seatbelts on, 8 years. Nav. And barrel ref QNH 1020. Cockpit preparation checklist complete. Lovely. So, that's pretty much everything done down here. The APU is running, so let's get that online. And since refueling is complete, we can also turn on the fuel pumps. Okay, cool. So, let's tell them to start the pushback services. Transponder coming online. So, give me the AGC, please. The AGC, please. Will you? Here we go, that's better. Okay, so, delivery 121903, ground 121805. Birmingham ground EZ29 uniform Papa, request pushback and startup, gate 41 Romeo.
EZ29 uniform Papa, pushback and startup approved, face north.
Pushback and startup approved, face north, EZ29 uniform Papa. Okay. Before start checklist, please. So that's park and brake, set, take off, speeds, and thrust. V1 132, VR 145, V2 146, flex 61. Windows closed, and the bacon is tasty. Before start checklist complete. Alright, now all the slides are correctly armed as well, that's good, so let's go. Ground from flight deck. Please confirm all doors and hatches are closed, ground equipment is removed, and the bypass pin is installed. All confirmed. Alright, thank you. Clear to push, face north, park and brake set. And they can only do face west here, that's fine. Alright, release brakes. Brakes released. You can start the pushback, and we're waiting for your signal to start the engines. Roger. Lovely, here we go. Even though I don't know where the wing walker is going. By the way, let's just take a moment to appreciate the beautiful terminal model and the beautiful apron model that Pyreguee have done for Birmingham over here. It's a really good looking scenery.
Cabin crew, all doors in flight and cross-check. Ladies and gentlemen,
really good looking scenery.
EasyJet UK flight 6671, heading to Gibraltar.
Okay, so we're clear of the line, then we're clear to start the engines 1 and 2 in that sequence. So, engine 1 start.
We're here to ensure you have a pleasant journey.
Lovely apron textures, by the way. Okay, pulling us forward a little bit, hopefully without ingesting the ramp agent. But that's looking fine. Alright, so good start on 1, starting 2. Clear 2. Engine 2 start.
Shanx 65 November Alpha contact tower on 118.655.
So let's see, are they going to pull us all the way up front? No, I think we'll stop here.
Tower, Shanx 65 November Alpha.
Good, park and brake set.
Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy the flight. Now, Emmanuel, the cabin is ready for departure.
Alright, number 2 is coming up. And that is looking wonderful. Okay, ground, we have 2 good engine starts. Please prepare the airplane for taxi. See you with a clear signal on the right hand side and have a good day. Bye bye. Turning 1 pack off in order to save a little bit of fuel here. So, and the trim 0.3 down. Alright, wonderful. So, here's a tuck, here's a tow bar. Waiting for the ramp agent with a pin. Let's see where she is. There she is, holding a pin in her hands. Wonderful. Great. After start checklist, please. Bye bye. So, anti-ice off, ecam status. It's checked. Pitch trim. So 30% set, rudder trim neutral, after start checklist complete. We'll do the flight controls while we are taxiing, so let's go. EZ29 Uniform Papa, request taxi.
EZ29 to Uniform Papa, taxi to runway 15 at your discretion.
Taxi to runway 15 at our discretion, EZ29 Uniform Papa. I wonder why that is.
Tango Sierra, request pushback.
Okay, clear right
Tango
side,
Sierra.
clear
Cleared
left
for push
side,
and start.
parking brake released. Let's go.
EZ29 Uniform Papa. Roger. Continue climb 2,900.
What? What? Okay, brake check. Pressure 0. Okay, so for our taxi routing we go straight ahead onto Echo, then a right hand turn, follow Echo Delta down to the holding point runway 15. So clear left side, clear right side.
Chanex
10
19
knots for
Tango
the
Sierra
turn,
ready to taxi.
looking good. Now let's ensure that we'll be ahead of the Chanex.
Chanex 19 Tango Sierra taxi to runway 15 via Uniform, Echo Tango Alpha.
Okay, so no changes to the takeoff briefing. So squawk is in, weather radar coming on, and takeoff config is checked. Alright. Cool, the cabin is ready, then taxi checklist please. Flight controls, checked, flap setting, config 1+F, radar and predictive wind shear, on and auto, engine mode selector. Let's actually take the turn before looking down. So, engine mode selector norm, and ecam memo takeoff no blue, taxi checklist complete. It's a lovely airport. It's really a lovely airport. Look at the level of detail at the firefighting house over there. And of course, look at all the lovely solar panels over here. Man, the airplane is getting fast very quickly. So something I'm wondering about, I'm just really putting a little bit of brake energy into it here. Let's see if that has any effect on the actual brake temperature, because it used to be underdone in the previous version of the Phoenix. FS Labs was better there. So let's see if we get any change here in the temperature. I would expect by the time we get to the holding point some 60 or 70 degrees or so, perhaps even a little bit more. But let's see, we'll get there and then we see what's up next. So, due to the weather, we are going to line up on the runway and then take a moment or two.
29 Uniform Papa. Contact tower on 118.305.
118.305, EZ29 Uniform Papa. Bye bye. Come on, change that frequency, please. Tower low, EZ29 Uniform Papa, ready for departure.
Easy 29 uniform Papa. Birmingham Tower, runway 15. Winds 160 at 3. Cleared for takeoff.
Runway 15, clear for takeoff. Easy 29 uniform Papa. Come on, Pack, you go off.
Approaching 15.
Cabin crew, prepare for departure. Line up checklist, please. Takeoff runway 15, full length. TCAS, TARA, PEX 1 and 2, off, lineup checklist complete.
On runway 15.
That's correct. Okay, let's hold here for a second, see what the weather radar says. That's looking okay. Alright, take off. Manflex 61 SRS, runway auto thrust blue. Thrust set. .100 knots, checked. V1. Rotate. Man, that rotation feels good. Positive climb. Gear up. Nav. Checked. In the real world, you need about 2/3 of aft stick deflection to get it off the ground. They have worked on that, man. First climb,
Easy
climb
29
auto thrust.
uniform Papa. Contact departure on 123.908.
123.908, easy 29 uniform Papa. Departure low, easy 29 uniform Papa, passing 2000, climbing 4000.
Easy 29 uniform Papa, Birmingham departure identified. Climb 4000 direct, BHU Venezuela 02.
Climbing 4000, and we continue via waypoint 04. Easy 29 uniform Papa. 1000 to go. So, packs are on. Oh yeah, that is British weather.
Easy 29 uniform Papa, climb flight level 210.
Easy 29 uniform Papa, climbing now, flight level 210. Okay, thrust climb, open climb, alt to 1000 blue. Flaps 0. Speed checked. Okay, flaps 0. Acceleration flow pattern. Flaps up, spoilers retracted, landing gear up, and packs on. And that's the acceleration flow pattern complete. So, a little bit of weather over here. I knew that I would just have to pick a UK departure airport to be able to show off that weather radar.
Time 7985, contact Birmingham Tower on 118.
Okay, so we don't need the chrono anymore.
Switching to Birmingham Tower on 118.305, Alpine 7985.
Transition is 6, okay.
13, Echo Uniform, contact London Control on 118.825.
So, speed limit 250 is not going to be a problem. Set standard.
Switching to London Control on 118.825.
Standard cross check, passing flight level 60 now. Okay, so we're up in the air, we're on the way. Lovely. And since we're above the constraint now, let's go back to climb mode. So, climb. So let's see, it still says optimum 350 down there, but I'm fairly sure if we punch that stuff into the EFB, in the real world you do have a cruise performance calculator, then we'll probably end up in 370 or something the likes. And yeah, I just punched it into the EFB, into my real world one of course, and the optimum is 371.
EZ29 Uniform Papa, climb flight level 250.
EZ29 Uniform Papa climbing flight level 250. Flight level 250 blue. Alright, cool. So with that, we're on the way. A little bit of weather everywhere. Now, here's the problem. In the real world, if I would see this on my weather radar, I would immediately take a heading somewhere over here to avoid all of that. However, in Flight Simulator, since this is not three-dimensional, I'm fairly sure we can simply outclimb this and then overfly it. But yeah, in the real world we'd probably go somewhere here, heading 200 or so. EZ29 Uniform Papa, request heading 200 to avoid weather. Say something, please.
EZ29 Uniform Papa, heading 200, approved to avoid
We
weather.
are now above the safe.
Heading 200 approved, EZ29 Uniform Papa, thank you.
Electronic devices is now allowed. Feel free to
Okay,
connect
open
to
climb
our
heading.
Wi-Fi service if you wish.
We're passing 100, lights are coming off, temperature is now plus 10, so let's turn the anti-ice on.
Chocolate bar and drink for just £8.
We definitely keep the passengers seated for the time being.
Card payment only, so please have your cards ready.
And then let's go on to airports. Down here we can do clear and copy.
EZ29 Uniform Papa, contact London Control on 127.105.
127.105, EZ29 Uniform Papa.
Shuttle 2 Quebec, contact Manchester Tower on 118.63.
London Control, EZ29 Uniform Papa, passing level 129, climbing 250, heading 200.
EZ29 Uniform Papa, London Control identified. Good morning. London Control, speedbird
Okay,
812,
so
flight level 180.
that's done, that's clear, secondary copy
Speedbird
active,
812, radar contact.
progress page is checked, LXGB 27 is the more interesting one for us for the time being, and then ATC-COM, connection, notification, Echo Golf Tango Tango, and notify. Good, so all of that is done.
EZ29 Uniform Papa, London Control, climb flight level 320.
EZ29 Uniform Papa, climb level 320. Okay, flight level 320 blue. And I'd say, let's see, direct. All good. Is that gonna work? Yes. Is Lelna better? Yes. Alright. EZ29 Uniform Papa, we're able to proceed direct Lima Echo Lima November Alpha. So, lock on accepted, thank you. Active ATC London.
EZ29 Uniform Papa, proceed direct Lelna.
Direct to Lelna, EZ29 Uniform Papa, thank you. Okay, insert, and that should keep us clear for all the weather. Nav. Climb. Well, and I think with that we're on our way. So I see you all a little bit later when we start our approach to our destination. Alright, my friends. So, you can see for yourself what the weather looks like right out of the window. So, it'll be an interesting approach. We'll see if we can actually make it into Gibraltar or if we have to divert to Malaga. In any case, we do have a little bit of fuel with us, so that should hopefully not be a problem. So going down to the fuel prediction, we have 24 minutes extra fuel, so we could attempt a cloud braking here. So descent 9000, altimeter 1015. Wilco and send. Set, 9000 checked, set QNH. 1015 cross check, passing 16.3 now. Okay, and the second message, descent started, CPDLC service terminated. Okay, lock off is also checked. Here we go. Good, so for the time being, what have we done in terms of the setup? In our FMS, we have simply joined up PMOS with an extended centerline for runway 27 for the visual approach. Nothing in the RATNAV page.
EZ29er,
Runway 27
uniform
is...
Papa. Contact Gibraltar radar on 122.8.
Switching to Gibraltar radar on 122.8. EZ29er uniform Papa.
So let's call Gibraltar and see what they are going to say.
Gibraltar radar EZ29er uniform Papa. Morning descending through flight level 150 to 9000.
EZ29er uniform Papa, Gibraltar radar. Identified. Good morning. Expect the visual runway 27 approach into Gibraltar.
Okay, so
Expecting
visual
the visual
27.
runway 27 approach into Gibraltar. EZ29er uniform Papa.
Well then, let's quickly finish up the landing calculation. 63.3 will be our landing weight. That's with auto brake medium. Officially not legal, max manually legal. Okay. So that's what we'll calculate, max manual then. The weather, let's refresh that here, is still broke 1200. It's from 0720, so that is an hour old, but looking outside, still seems to be somewhat current, yeah.
Descend altitude 4000, turn right. Heading 245 vectors for the visual runway 27 approach.
ECE26 Uniform Papa, descending 4000, right heading 245, vectors visual 27. First dial open, descent heading. Alright, let's extend the center line from the Charlie Fox. That looks about correct. Insert. And you stay on that heading, please. And we will need a little bit of speed brake to
uniform
get
Papa,
down.
turn left heading 200.
Left 200, easy 29 Uniform Papa. Okay, heading 200. Alright, let's maintain 250 for the time being. Here we go. So, let's start the approach briefing, please. Alright, so we are going to do the visual approach runway 27. There is no published minimum for that. Go around will be visually left-hand turn, stay clear of the mountain, and extra fuel and time is about, let's see, 26 minutes. Alright, thanks for that. Now for the landing itself, we are going to fly the visual approach runway 27 at Gibraltar. That will be done without the flight director, so bird on, and then of course using config full, maximum reverse. I will initially use auto brake medium because it says that while not officially legal, we will stop on the runway. But for the performance, max manual is calculated, and if we flare whatsoever, or if we flare any longer than necessary whatsoever, then we will, in any case, just go for maximum manual braking here. So it's a little strange that they're using runway 27 because of the wind. It's a 10 knot tailwind, but the airplane is approved for that. Okay, and that's about everything I have for this. Any questions? No?
EZ29 Uniform Papa, 14 miles from the approach turn. Turn right heading 235, descend altitude 3000 until established. Cleared for the visual runway 27 approach.
Right heading 235, descend 3000 until established, cleared visual 27, EZ27 Uniform Papa. Okay, that hole is the one I want to take. So, manage speed, approach phase is active, and this right here may be our card for the approach. The airport's located down there. Until reaching 3000 we are still on the ATC heading, so that means touching a couple of those clouds here is not going to be a problem. But I'll tell you what, we're cleared for the visuals, so let's not mess with it. We'll go a little bit further to the right. Flight director's off, bird on. And set runway track 267. Here we go. Alright, flaps 1. Speed checked, flaps 1. And gear down. We are a little bit high right now. That's where the airport is located. So we're just about 14 miles out. We should be somewhere in 4,000 or so. So we are like 2,000 feet high, but we will be able to catch up with that. Flaps 2. Speed checked. Flaps 2. In the meantime, approach checklist please. So, Bajo ref, QNH 1015 set. Seatbelts on, minimum, not applicable visual approach, auto brake, medium, and engine mode selector, norm. Approach checklist complete.
EZ29 Uniform Papa, contact Gibraltar Tower on 131.2.
131.2, EZ29 Uniform Papa. Gibraltar Tower, EZ29 Uniform Papa, visual runway 27. Flaps full. Speed checked, flaps full. Okay, speed brakes going in. Are we on the right frequency? 131.2. Tower 1312, yes, we are. Gibraltar Tower, EZ29 Uniform Papa, visual approach runway 27. So there's our runway. Cabin pressure, low differential pressure. Why is it still at 3000?
320 at 6. Runway 27, cleared to land.
Runway 27 cleared to land, EZ29 Uniform Papa. Okay, now it's gone. Alright, we're clear to land. We're catching up with the profile. Go around altitude 3000 is set. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to change that. Let's actually make it 1000 only. Okay, and we're reaching the profile. I can't make out the puppy just yet. But I'm sure we're gonna get there momentarily. Okay, landing checklist. ECAM memo, landing no blue. Landing checklist complete. Alright, we're on the puppy, on the extended center line. For the time being, we actually have a headwind. EZ29 Uniform Papa, wind check.
EZ29 Uniform Papa, winds 290 at 10.
Okay, so it's actually in headwind. Oh, stupid GSX window, blocking my click spot again. 2, 9, at 10. Come on. Now it's legal with auto brake medium as well. Good. So, getting slightly high, but correcting. Okay, back on profile, at least according to VNAV. Still looking out for the puppies. So in case of go around, very low level of altitude. Keep that in mind.
Approaching 27.
Check. Okay, from now on, let's go on to the puppies. Alright, so let's see how the flare dynamics are gonna be now. Flare, idle, and just smash it down. So, spoilers, reverse green, decel.
600
70 knots.
meters remaining.
Easy going. Very easy going. Manual brakes. Alright, welcome to Gibraltar. So yes, it flares differently now. It definitely flares differently now. Interesting. We'll probably have to try out on some longer runway where we can actually afford a little bit of a flare. But yeah, ultimately just smash it down and here you are. Now tell me who's put that taxi light onto the line here. That means we'll have to go a little bit further in order not to smash that taxi light. And here we go, down to 10 knots. Let's take her through the turn.
Approaching 09.
Fully intentionally. Alright,
on runway
and here we are.
09.
So let's give it a little bit of thrust to get her moving. And then let's do the after landing items. So the timer has already stopped, good. Start APU please. After landing checklist. Radar and predictive wind shear off, after landing checklist complete. So, give me a ground chart please. We'll vacate the runway to the left onto Alpha and then parking either 3, 4 or 5. So, why are there any vehicles crossing the runway? The road should be closed while there's an airplane on there. Alright, now there's nobody coming. Well, there is somebody coming on the left and someone on the right. Let's see. Ah, we made it. We made it. EZ27 Uniform Papa, request taxi to stand 4.
EZ29 Uniform Papa, taxi to stand 4 via Echo, Bravo. Monitor this frequency.
Taxi is stand 4, monitor your frequency, EZ29 Uniform Papa. Alright, runway vacated, strobe lights, auto. We've had our 3 minutes cooldown period, so elec hydraulic pump, oh, come on, and shut down engine 2. Okay, number 4 is the next on the left. Those stairs should be outside the parking area, but let's just assume it is fine. Alright, Marshall is inside. Is she on the wrong side of the fence? Well, I suppose with the fence simply ending there, it's not worth anything anyway. Oh, it's one of those big-mouthed marshallers again. Alright, and stop. Hard brake set, APU bleed on, and shut down. Cabin crew, all doors in park. Alright, engines are running down, that's looking pretty good. Waiting for N1 to come a little bit lower. I think the N1 is a little bit high here. Alright, 20% N2, that's fine. Beacon off. Alright. Deboarding should request automatically. Waiting for the slides to disarm. And here we go. Alright. So the trucks should be in position since the external power is connected. And then we can do the shutdown checklist, please. So, park and record trucks, chocks in, engines off, wing light off, fuel pumps off, parking checklist complete. Well then, let's go ahead and go back into the walkaround mode here. Open up the door, and here we go. Alright my friends, that's everything I can offer you today. Our first flight with the Phoenix BFU update. Certainly an interesting one to fly. And the flight dynamics, yeah, they feel different. I wouldn't necessarily say if they feel better or worse, to be honest. They just feel different, but in any case it's still a lot of fun to fly. I do hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did as well. Leave your feedback in the comments underneath the video and let me know your first experience with the Phoenix BFU update. Thank you very much for flying along. As always, like, comment and subscribe, and if you really like what I'm doing on this channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one.